Alright, I just wanted to show you guys. I have a lot of people ask me about how I rear tow stuff all the time, because especially from the new guys, because all they ever use are the U-bolt adapters, and I never use those. I don't like them. I don't really trust them, to be honest with you. This is how I do it. I use the standard 3-inch forks. I put them on the leaf springs that the airbags sit on, and I push them up against the U-bolt saddle. If you're not familiar with the terminology, the U-bolt saddle is the bracket that the U-bolts go through, and then you put the nuts on the bottom of that. So I push it up against that, and then I chain around my T-bar to the rear end housing. Just make one big loop, get it in the tightest link you can get it in, and then pull the slack over to your receiver hook. And you do all that while it's on the ground, and then when you raise it up, it tends to tighten those chains up quite a bit. See, they're plumb tight, can't move them. When we sit it, when we sit it back down, they'll loosen back up. This is a International Pro Star day cab tandem axle, and chain up the front axle. Don't ever forget that. I just use one chain and let the dog bone do the rest of the work. If y'all aren't familiar with how to do that, I've had a lot of people, I've seen a lot of especially the new guys. Some people have been doing it for a long time. They chain one side of the rear end, but they chain the wrong side. They chain it over there. Well, this dog bone right there, they call it a dog bone. I'm not sure what it's actually called, a stabilizer bar or something, I don't know. Anyway, it bolts to the rear end housing, and then it bolts to the frame on this side. Whichever side that thing bolts to the frame on, that's the side you want to put your chain on. That'll hold the rear end up straight. If you chain it on the wrong side, it'll fall down on one side. You're not really doing much. The shock is just holding it up on the other side. And that's the whole point of chaining it up, is so it's not just sitting on the shocks. Those shocks give out, then it tears the airbags. And I don't know, I guess worst case scenario, the wheels could hit the ground, fold up underneath the truck, and fuck all kinds of shit up. But yeah, anyway, be sure and chain that rear end. And this is how I do it. Y'all don't have to do it the same way. This is the way I like to do it. I've been doing it a long time, and this just seems like the easiest, but also the safest way. I don't like those U-bolt adapters. Sometimes the bolts aren't long enough for me, and also if they're too long, you can, go through a pretty sharp dip or something and break that stud off. I mean, who knows? I will use them occasionally if I'm going short distance, like, if I just gotta tow it a mile or two, I might do that. But what's the difference between doing that and doing the way I did it? There's the same amount of steps. You don't have to do anything less to do it that way, and this seems like it would be a lot safer. So just as easy, and it stays on there. Can't go side to side, can't go front to back. So anyway, hope this helps you guys.